Hello viewers, welcome once again to another session on this page. This is the Solution Space, the platform where mathematics is made easy and simple for everyone to understand and enjoy. In this video, I want to treat a new topic with you, and that is linear equation. As you can see from the board, I've written linear equation. We've already treated a lot of topics in the previous videos, okay, and I hope you all understood it and you enjoyed the lesson as well. And we are going to apply the knowledge that we've had on the previous lessons here, okay. So particularly in the algebraic expression, we are going to apply the knowledge that we've had under the algebraic expression here. So if you haven't watched the videos that I've done on the algebraic expression, you might not be able to handle the linear equation, okay. So I would advise that you watch all the topics that I've treated under the algebraic expression so that you get the foundation to be able to handle this session as well, because under the linear equation we are going to apply the knowledge that we've had on the algebraic expression, which is very important. Without your knowledge on algebraic expression, you cannot do linear equation. So I will advise that you watch all the videos that I've done on the algebraic expression and other videos as well. As I said, we've done so many topics, okay, and I deliberately treated those topics because I know we are going to apply each of them at a point in time, okay. So watch those videos and get the foundation to be able to handle this new topic that you want to learn, that is the linear equation. And don't forget, after watching those videos, please like the video and also share them as well, okay. So now you can see that I have some examples on the board that I want to solve with you under the linear equation, but as usual I have to do a quick explanation on what linear equation is so that you get the understanding, then we begin to solve questions, okay. So now let's go ahead and explain what a linear equation is, okay. Let's start with an equation. What is an equation? Now an equation is any expression that contains equal sign, okay. Let me repeat it one more time. An equation is simply any expression that contains an equal sign. But we have different types of equation, okay. We have linear equation, we have quadratic equation, and we have polynomial equation, and we have other types of equation, okay. But in this session we are learning about linear equation, which is the basic of all types of equation, okay. So first, I said that an equation is any expression that contains an equal sign, but we have different types of equation, and we are handling a type of equation in this video, and that is linear equation, okay. So now, what is linear equation? Now, first, don't forget I said an equation is any expression that contains an equal sign, okay. Now we want to know what a linear equation is. A linear equation is a type of equation, okay. So a linear equation is a type of equation in which the highest power of the unknown variable in the equation is 1, okay. Again, a linear equation is a type of equation in which the highest power of the unknown variable in the equation is 1. Immediately it exceeds the power 1, it becomes a different type of equation, okay. So for example, when the highest power of the unknown variable is power 2, that's a quadratic equation, okay. When the highest power of the unknown variable is to the power 3, that becomes a polynomial equation. But with linear equation, the highest power of the unknown variable in it is to the power 1. Please hope the understanding is clear, okay. Let me just reiterate it one more time so that you understand. I said an equation is any expression that contains an equal sign, and we have different types of equation, okay. And we have linear equation, quadratic equation, and polynomial equations, okay, and other types of equations as well. But in this video we are learning about a linear equation, which is a type of the different equations that we have, okay. And I say a linear equation is an equation in which the highest power of the unknown variable in it is to the power 1, okay. Immediately it exceeds the power 1, it becomes a different type of equation. So linear equation, always the highest power of the unknown variable that we are looking for has the power 1. Please hope the understanding is clear enough. Okay, so let me write some examples on the board so that you get to know what I'm talking about. Okay, so example, assuming I have, let's say, 3s minus 2 equals to 1. This is a linear equation, okay, because we have the highest power of the unknown variable in it is to the power 1. We have s here, its power is power 1, so this is a linear equation. Okay, if I had something like this, 3s squared minus 2 equals 1. Now this is not a linear equation because you can see that the power of the s here is power 2. Okay, so it's not a linear equation. It's only a linear equation when the highest power of the unknown variable we are looking for is to the power 1. Okay, please hope the understanding is clear enough. Okay, and all equations have these two key things in it. Okay, all equations contains an equal sign. Okay, any equation contains what? An equal sign. We call it an equation because it contains an equal sign, and all equations also contains an unknown variable that you are looking for. Okay, so for example, this one is the unknown variable in this equation. One, it contains an equal sign, and the second thing is that there's an unknown variable in it, okay, which will solve for its value. Okay, so that's how to identify any expression being considered as an equation. 1, it contains an equal sign, and 2, it has an unknown variable in it. Okay, but getting to know which type of equation it is, okay, that's what I've explained, that with linear equation, it's the unknown variable, its highest power is 1. Okay, the unknown variable in it, the highest power of that unknown variable is 1, and that is what makes it a linear equation. Okay, so for you to identify an expression as an equation, there are two key things you have to note. 1, it contains an equal sign. That is why we call it an equation. Equal sign equation. Okay, it means it contains an equal sign. And 2, there is an unknown variable in it, okay, which we don't know its value, so we will solve for its value. Okay, and for me to identify what type of equation it is, the unknown variable, its power will tell us, okay, which type of equation it is. Okay, so when the unknown variable, the highest power of the unknown variable is 1, then it becomes a linear equation, and that is what we are learning in this video. Okay, so as I've explained with some examples here, I have 3s minus 2 equals 1. This is a linear equation because the highest power of the unknown variable is to the power 1. Okay, now this is not a linear equation because the highest power of the unknown variable is to the power 2. This is not a linear equation, and this is a quadratic equation. Okay, so let's stick to the linear equation. Let me write another example. So another example for you to know what I'm talking about. So assuming I have, let's say, a minus 2 equals to 4. This is an equation, okay, because 1, it contains an equal sign, and 2, there's an unknown variable in it. Okay, and that unknown variable, you can see that the highest power of that unknown variable is to the power 1. Okay, this a has power 1, so it makes it a linear equation. Please hope the understanding is clear enough. Okay, so let me write another example of linear equation. So let's say I have 5s equals to 10. This is a linear equation. Okay, the highest power of the unknown variable, which is the s here, is 1, so it makes it a linear equation. Okay, so now let's go ahead and tackle some examples under the linear equation. Okay, assuming you have been given something like this to solve for the value of s. Let's say I have a 3s plus 6 equals to 12. I'm being asked to solve for the value of s in this equation. By now, I hope you know what an equation is, and you know what type of equation this one is. This is a linear equation because the highest power of the unknown variable in it is to the power 1. Okay, so this s has power 1. Okay, so that's the highest power of the unknown variable. So it makes it a linear equation. Okay, so now we are being asked to solve for the value of s in this equation. Okay, so now solving for the value of s simply means that make s stand alone in that equation. Okay, that's the simplest way to understand it. Okay, and mind you start learning about equation even from class 1, class 2. Most of you started learning about equation. It's just that you didn't know that that was an equation that you were being taught, but equation is actually a topic that you start learning from class 1, class 2, and maybe class 3. You started learning equation at that early age. For example, when a teacher gives you, let's say, a box plus 2 equals to 10. This is an equation. Okay, it's just that you didn't know that you are being taught an equation. Okay, so the box here refers to the unknown variable that you are looking for. Okay, so a certain number plus 2 gives you 10. So you think about it, and that is obviously 8. Okay, so 8 plus 2 gives the 10. So this is an equation that you are being taught. Okay, so you started learning equation even in class 1. In class 2, you were being taught equation. Okay, so the box here is the unknown variable that you are looking for. Okay, so that's it about linear equation. Not difficult at all. Okay, so now I said we should solve this example. Okay, before we come to this example, let me leave this one and write another simpler example for us to tackle before we do this one. Okay, for example, if I have, let's say I have something like this, s plus 1 equals 10. Okay, I'll come back to this one later. Okay, so we will solve this one, so don't worry about it. I want to use much simpler example to explain it to you, then we'll go ahead and solve this one. Okay, so I have s plus 1 equals to 10. It's an equation and there's an unknown variable in it. Okay, this is the s. We are solving for s. Now to solve for s simply means that make s stand alone in that equation. Okay, so how do we make s stand alone? We group like terms. Okay, we've done grouping of like terms under the algebraic expression. Okay, so this positive one, you can see it's plus 1. It will go and join the 10. Okay, but you see that before it goes and join the 10, which is here, it will cross the equal sign and come here. Okay, now if anything crosses an equal sign, okay, being it a number or a variable, when anything crosses an equal sign, the sign changes, the sign itself changes. Okay, so again, if anything being a variable or a number, if it crosses the equal sign, the sign it has initially, it changes to the opposite. Okay, if it is positive, it changes to be negative, and if it is negative, it changes to be positive. Please hope the understanding is clear. Okay, so now I said for us to solve this one, we have to group like terms. Okay, and grouping like terms, the one positive one here will come and join the 10 here, and you can see that it will cross the equal sign to come and join the 10. And I say that when anything crosses the equal sign, the sign it has changes. Okay, it is positive here, so when it crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative. Okay, so solving for s, I say that it means we are making s stand alone. So it means anything that is attached to s, will move it away. Okay, that's how we solve for the value of s. It means we have to make s stand alone in that equation. Okay, so anything that is attached to s will move it away. Okay, and with this one, the plus 1, positive 1, will move it away and let it come and join the 10. It's like you are grouping like terms. Okay, so now when I write my s here, bring your equal sign, which is there, your 10 is there, and this is positive 1. It will cross the equal sign, come and join the 10 here, so the sign will change to negative 1. Don't forget, I said when anything crosses the equal sign, its initial sign it has changes. Okay, so the sign here is positive, it will change to negative. Okay, because it crosses the equal sign. Okay, so now this we can simplify because they are like terms. 10 minus 1 we can simplify. So repeat your s, which is here, bring your equal sign. 10 minus 1 is 9. Okay, so you can see that your s equals to what? 9. Okay, so the value for s in this equation is 9. Okay, so that's how to solve an equation. Okay, let's take another example and let me use it to explain it to you before we handle this one. Okay, so now let me take another example again. So let's say I have 2s equals to 18. Okay, 2s equals to 18. I'm supposed to solve for s in this equation. Okay, so now you can see that the 2 and the s, they are multiplying. Okay, in this case, solving for s, as I've already explained, that solving for s means that make s stand alone in that equation. Okay, so everything that is attached to s, we will move it away. Okay, so now what is attached to s here is 2. Okay, and the 2 and the s, they are multiplying. As you can see, the 2 and the s, they are multiplying. In this case, for you to get s to stand alone, you will divide through the equation by the coefficient of s. Okay, because they are multiplying, because the 2 and the s, they are multiplying, you cannot say that you will make these two cross the equal sign. No, you don't do that. In the first one we did, it was addition. Okay, when it is addition or subtraction, then that one you can do that. But this one, the 2 is multiplying the s. Okay, so you cannot say let these two cross the equal sign come here. No, we don't do that. Okay, because they are multiplying. And how you make s stand alone when the variable you are looking for is being multiplied by a number, okay, is that you divide through by the coefficient of s. And the coefficient of s here is 2. Okay, so to solve for s here, I'll divide here by 2 and here also by 2, so that these 2 and these 2 will cancel away. Then when I come here, these 2 and the 18 can simplify. 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 9. So I have my s equals to 9 over 1, and 9 over 1 is still 9. Okay, please hope the understanding is clear. Let me clean it and write it to us so that you see. Okay, so I have my s equals to 9 over 1. Okay, and 9 over 1 is equal to 9. Okay, so it means your s is equal to 9. Okay, please hope you understand the explanation. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this one with you before we tackle the examples that I have on the board. Okay, so let me clean this one. Okay, and let's do this one. So I have 3s plus 6 equals 12. We are solving for s in this equation. Okay, and solving for s in this equation simply means you are making s stand alone. Okay, that's how to understand it in the simplest form. Okay, so now what do? We first have to group like terms. Okay, so making s stand alone means that we are moving everything that is attached to s away from it. Okay, so this is the first thing we can think of to move away, is to move the positive 6 away. We'll move it away. Okay, it's like you are grouping like terms, so we move this 6 away to go and join the 12. Okay, so write your 3s here equals your 12 is there. Now this positive 6, don't forget I said that when anything crosses the equal sign, the sign it has changes. Okay, so this is plus 6. Okay, so the sign will change to negative. Okay, because we are crossing the equal sign. Okay, if anything crosses the equal sign, the sign it has changes to the opposite. If it is positive and it crosses the equal sign, it changes to be negative, and if it is negative and it crosses the equal sign, it becomes positive. Okay, so this is positive 6. When it crosses the equal sign to come and join the 12 here, it becomes minus 6. Okay, please hope you get it. Okay, so let me write my 6 word. Okay, so minus 6. So now let's go ahead. The 12 minus 6 we can simplify because they are like terms. Okay, so let me repeat my 3s here equals to 12 minus 6 gives me 6. Okay, please hope you agree with me. So now what do we do to get our s? Okay, let me continue from here. Okay, I have 3s equals to 6. Okay, so I'm continuing from here. Okay, so now what do we do to get our s, as we just did to the other example? Okay, the 3 and the s, they are multiplying. Okay, so for us to get the value of s, or to make s stand alone, we divide through by the coefficient of s. Okay, because they are multiplying, you cannot say you want to make this 3 cross the equal sign. No, they are multiplying. The 3 and the s, they are multiplying. Okay, so in this case, how to get s stand alone is that you divide through by the coefficient of s, and the coefficient of s is a 3. So I divide through by 3. Okay, so you divide here by 3, you divide here also by 3, so that this 3 and this 3 cancel. Okay, now we can simplify this 6 and the 3 here. So 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 2. Okay, so please hope the understanding is clear enough. Okay, so I have my s equals to 2. Okay, that is my final answer. Okay, please hope the explanation and the understanding is clear enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and tackle the examples that I have on the board. Okay, so let me clean this one from here and let's handle the examples that I have on the board. Okay, so as we have solve for the value of s in the following equations. Okay, so example 1, solve for the value of s in the following equations. So I have I have 2s plus 1 equals to 5. Okay, so let me do my solution. Okay, let me write my solution. Let's do it together. So we have 2s plus 1 equals to 5. We are solving for s. Okay, and I've explained that solving for s simply means that you are making s stand alone in that equation. Okay, so now we have 2s plus 1 equals to 5. Okay, so now what do you move away first? Is the plus 1. Okay, is a positive 1. We move the positive 1 away first because as I've explained that we are grouping like terms. Okay, so I write my 2s here and the positive 1. Okay, bring your equal sign. Your 5 is there and the positive 1 crosses the equal sign to go and join the 5. Okay, it is positive. When it crosses the equal sign, it becomes what? Negative. Don't forget, I said when anything crosses the equal sign, the sign it has what? Changes. So this is positive 1. When it crosses the equal sign to come and join the 5, it becomes negative 1. Okay, now let's simplify further. Write your 2s, which is there, equals to 5 minus 1 gives you 4. So write your 4. Now how do we get our s to stand alone? Solving for s. So now you can see that we have 2s equals to 4. So the 2 and the s, they are multiplying. So what do? You divide through by the coefficient of s, which is the 2. So I divide here by 2 and here also by 2. Please hope the understanding is clear enough so that these 2 and these 2 can cancel away. 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 2. Okay, so you will have your s equals to 2, which is your final answer. Please hope the understanding is clear enough. So that's how to solve this equation. Okay, please hope you understand it. Now let's handle the b as well. Okay, so let me write my solution. Okay, I have 3y equals 6 minus 5y. Okay, we are solving for s in this equation. Sorry, we are solving for y. Okay, it's y. We are solving for y in this equation. So it just means that we have to make y stand alone. Okay, so how do you make y stand alone? First, you group like terms. You can see that there's y here, there's y also here. This is 3y, this is minus 5y. So we group all the y to one side. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, you first group the like terms. Okay, so when I write my 3y here, okay, this minus 5y will come and join it and it will cross the equal sign to come and join the 3y here. So don't forget I said that when anything crosses the equal sign, the sign it has what changes. Okay, so it is minus 5y. When it crosses the equal sign and come here, it becomes positive 5y because it's crossing the equal sign. So it becomes plus 5y. Bring your equal sign, which is there, equals to, and write your 6 is there. Please hope the understanding is clear. We just group like terms. Okay, now this 3y plus 5y, they are like terms, you can simplify, and that will give me 8y. So 8y equals to 6. Okay, please hope you are following. Very simple. Now how do we get our y from here? We will divide through by 8. Okay, because the 8 and the y, they are multiplying, so we divide through by the coefficient of y, which is the 8. So I divide here by 8 and here also by 8, so that this 8 and this 8 cancel away. Okay, now when I come to the 6 and the 8, we can simplify it using 2. Okay, so 2 goes here 3 and 2 goes into the 8 4 times. Okay, so now you will have your y. Let me write it here. So your y will be equal to 3 over 4. Okay, now this becomes your final answer. Okay, please hope the explanation is clear enough. Okay, and don't forget, like the video and also share the video as well. I'll be back on your way again in another video as we solve more examples on the linear equations. Bye bye.